Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and today I wanted to do an unboxing in comparison to the old Braun rechargeable flashlight. This one, I think it just came out. I saw it on, like I said, on the Harbor Freight social media. I've had this Braun rechargeable light for, I think, since 2018, so for about 4 years now. It's pretty good, but there's some things I don't like about it. The run time's not the greatest, and it's not the brightest light ever. So I believe this was 395 lumens, and this is 500 lumens. As you can see, it still goes for $30, which I believe was the price of this. But I bought it back when it was like 18 or something, when you could get it with the coupon. And again, their prices have gone up, but still $30 for this isn't a bad deal. So if you get this, make sure to get the 500 lumen one. My guess is they'll probably just phase out this one and replace it with this one, but they're just selling both of them at the same price. Some of the differences, you have this different type of head that can move around, so you get a little more articulation to where this, you had this, and then a twist here. So it looks to be pretty much the same light, and then out of curiosity, I see that they now sell an icon, which is even brighter, but it's very similar, so I decided to get that too. Because again, both of these lights, you're still like way less than what a Snap-on or other light would be. So I have a few now I can pick from. Not sure though what I'll do with all of them, but always fearing for my life when I cut through these. Doesn't seem like this is the greatest knife either. And I don't want to cut the product, obviously. I hate packaging like this. It's just ridiculous how you have to get into it. Like Apple's design, where it's just all kind of made to come off by hand. Because I like to try not to destroy the packaging like right off the bat. And then obviously I'll have to open up this back part. This does use USB Type-C, which is nice. Let's see if there's anything here. I mean, it's a pretty simple operation, but in the event that anything here is important, just the it's a 3.7 volt lithium, 2200 milliamp hour, 5 volts, 1 amp charging. That's about all that says. So that's pretty low capacity, so that's probably the issue with this. I actually think I put a different battery. This is the old one. So this was from a flashlight I had around, so this is a 2600 milliamp hour. And if this one has, the new one has a higher lumen output, if you use it on that, I'm not sure what the original amp hour was for that one. It's never a bad idea to buy some rechargeables. So whether that can show up on camera, for the price of it, it's almost cheaper just to have. That's why they have a couple of these now instead of just buying the lithiums, because generally your super cheap ones aren't that great, and then your more expensive ones you're probably paying more than the light costs. So it is charged out of the box, and it's the same as this one with a high setting, a medium setting, and then the tail end. And you can just see that this one's fully charged, and it has the higher capacity battery. This is just whatever I have out of the box. And again, you can see this one uses Type-C, and then this one uses a micro USB. So I do prefer Type-C. It's just an easier input, but I wish that more devices would be C on both ends, because a lot of them, when they have the Type A on this end, if you use the C to C, it won't charge. I don't know why, but that's something I've noticed with a lot of different lights and the products I have. Usually if they have A on this end, you still have to plug into A on the power adapter. So it looks like They're pretty much the same in dimensions, just that extra. The button's the same. Looks like pretty much the same housing. It's just you have this extra articulation now. And then obviously probably the main thing is you can use it like that, to where this one, it's just that and that, which still is fine for most applications. But I guess then too, you could also fold it up if you kind of wanted to protect that, which I'm not sure I'm not sure if that would even help or not, but I guess just to make it more compact. And as long as this is all plastic up here, as long as this holds up and doesn't get too flimsy or crack or anything, nothing here ever had a problem. But and I am curious to see if, okay, so that's kind of interesting. So the LED is actually significantly smaller on the newer one. Yeah, it's crazy. I was kind of looking at the dimensions and forgot about that. So this is brighter, but I'm wondering now if you won't have the same amount of spill. Top looks about the same. I mean, obviously, new LEDs are brighter and probably more efficient. But I'm not going to do, I mean, for something like this, you kind of stick it on something and you want some light. A lot of times, if you have like a metal doorway, I'll stick it up there and it kind of lights up the whole room. Or obviously, automotive or something close quarters, or just doing something where you need light real close to you and you have something magnetic. These are great for that. So I'm not going to do some outdoor test. I'm just going to turn the lights off in here and just get some quick generalizations. If there's a real interest in these lights, I could do something a little more serious. But I think just for up close, that's kind of the most use situation for me and probably for some others as well. Okay, so again, this is just going to be kind of a quick test. This is the new one, the 500 lumen. Pretty bright, as you can see. That spill, it looks a little bit warmer on camera, but it's pretty cool. Let me just aim it up at my ceiling. I'd say it's pretty close to neutral. So again, this is on high, so this should be 500 lumens, but again, I'm just going off the charge that's in the from out of the box, but it's still most LEDs, you know, they don't really need full charge. As long as they're not clear at the end, you're still getting their main output. So that's just like the other one, it cycles if you press them real quick, but if you stay on this and you're doing something, when you turn it off, it goes off and it doesn't cycle through. So they kept that good design like that. And then medium, which looks a little bit brighter on camera than it is in real life. But again, if you don't want to kill your battery, this is still more than enough to see what you're doing. And then the tail cap, or well, I guess not on this one, just at the tip here. So this is the new one, and I'm going to hold this one same spot. I think the color temperature on this one is slightly warmer on the older one. And if I aim it up at the ceiling where it's white, it's definitely a little bit warmer. So I like the more neutral color. I really didn't think of that, but that's kind of something I like to consider when I'm buying lights. So I like more of a neutral, maybe even a little bit more on the blue, just slightly. I don't want it to be blue, but I'd rather it be a little more like that than a little warmer. So this is both. This is the old one. That's the medium. And then that's the tail. And then that's going to be hard to really do them directly, but we try here. So this is the new one. Old one. Again, I'm not seeing a huge difference on camera, but there is somewhat of an observable difference. And then I think definitely this end, little light is brighter on the newer one. But I think just for this video, I'll just leave that there. Just obviously it's slightly better. I don't really notice any differences with the beam pattern. So I think both of them have, even though this is a smaller board, it still seems to be just the same. So overall, I think they're pretty identical. So for the same price, just get the one that's better charging, better swivel here, more angles, more capabilities, and then brighter. So you can't go wrong with it, obviously. Okay, so then I think I showed this earlier, but here is the breakdown. So you got, again, 500, but then lows 155 and the flashlight 65. So that's still not too bad. And then there's your estimated run times. But as you can see, they're very similar. If you already have the old one, I'm not going to say to go run out there and get this one. But if, the battery's wearing out on this one, or you're just, like most people into flashlights, you have to have them all, then go ahead and get the new one. And obviously, if you've never had one of these and you're looking to get one, go ahead and get this newer one. Because again, while these are on the shelves, same price, it makes complete sense just to get the one that's overall better. But again, I think they did a good job by staying. They did everything. It's all the same. It works the same. It looks the same. But again, you just have a few additions. And kind of interesting now to compare it to this. If you want something even brighter than these, I'm going to test this one next. And it's, again, kind of crazy to buy all these, but I think this was $40, the new one's $30, and again, I guess this old one's up to $30 now. So you add all that up, and that's still, I have O-lights. All these are still cheaper than an O-light. They're much cheaper than Snap-on, and probably some other name brands as well. So, this is the new one. I'm not sure how long it's been out, but if you didn't know that they have this new 500 lumen model, then hopefully this helps you out to let you know it's worth getting. If you didn't know about it, go ahead and get it if you're looking for one of these Brauns. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.